Nobody understood it at first. There wasn't a trending tag. There wasn't a breaking news alert. There wasn't even a whisper on the timeline. Just this strange electric shift, the kind that settles quietly into your chest, telling you something big is coming even before you see it. And then, the notification appeared. Jungkook started a live. No promo, no warning. Just a sudden glimpse of him in his kitchen, sleeves rolled up, hair slightly messy, eyes soft with that familiar calm. He looked at the camera and said the simplest sentence. I turned this on because I was hungry today too. And that was it. That was the spark that turned an ordinary evening into a global moment. One that would melt hearts, trigger cravings, and somehow happen in the same universe where his song 7 was still breaking Billboard records for over 121 and 122 weeks. He reaches for a knife. Not casually, but with intention. The metal catches the kitchen light, and he starts sharpening it slowly, rhythmically. There's no background music, no sound effects, just the hypnotic scrape of steel on steel. It feels like watching someone prepare for a mission. 6 million people hold their breath. Then he lifts his head and says it, with the kind of confidence that should honestly come with a warning label. I'm making a new pasta today. And suddenly, the entire audience becomes silent and feral at the same time. He grabs 10 cloves of garlic. Not 5, not 3, 10. Each clove is sliced into perfect thin petals, falling onto the cutting board like little pieces of white silk. He doesn't rush. He doesn't hesitate. Every movement is so clean and cinematic, it feels like being inside a cooking movie. Then the green onions, he slices off the tops, explains with a soft laugh that he'll use the leftover heads to make green onion oil. And for a moment, it feels like watching a chef who's also casually a global superstar with 2.665 billion streams. He shows the giant shrimps to the camera. He wiggles them playfully. He smiles. That small, adorable smile that makes you forget he's also rewriting Billboard history from the comfort of his kitchen. And then he chops the shrimp heads. The sound is sharp. Intentional. This is where the real experiment begins. He turns on the stove, a pan heats up, he drops garlic in, and the sound, that first sizzle, is almost emotional. Because it's not just garlic hitting oil. It's the moment the whole live shifts from cute cooking broadcast to literal sensory experience. Green onions go in, shrimp head oil follows. The aroma becomes so vivid that people in the chat swear they can smell it through their screens. And then, the twist. He pulls out a bottle and says casually, I saw this on Instagram. It's sea urchin soy sauce. The entire chat loses its mind. He pours 1 tablespoon in. The sauce changes color instantly. This deep, creamy golden shade that looks too beautiful to be real. Then heavy cream, butter, pepper, pepperoncino, a little water, half a tablespoon of sugar. The sauce thickens, glows, and he stirs it with this proud little smile before saying, Isn't the color so pretty? Even the way he said it felt soft, warm. Like he wasn't just cooking, he was sharing a quiet part of himself. Meanwhile, linguine boils beside him, swirling in salted water like it's being prepared for its destiny. He drains it, tosses it into the sauce, and suddenly everything moves fast. The flip, the swirl, the toss, the steam. He's focused, serious, almost graceful. He adds cheese, takes a bite, then he freezes, eyes widening just slightly, and the head nod starts. Slow, intense, uncontrollable. It's delicious, it's great. I could sell this. It sounds funny, but the way he said it, it wasn't a joke. He meant it. He plates the pasta beautifully, twirling the noodles like a high-end restaurant chef, then gently sprinkles more green onions and cheese on top as a finishing touch. The dish looks unreal, like something you'd see in a Michelin tasting course. Golden, creamy, rich, perfect. He takes another bite, smiles again, this time softer, more satisfied. This is really delicious. And then, like he didn't just shake the entire internet, next time I'll make soybean paste curry pasta. But here's the emotional punch. While Jungkook was in his kitchen creating this masterpiece, his music was still conquering the world. 7 wasn't just charting, it was rewriting history. 121 weeks on Billboard Global 200, 122 weeks on Billboard Global Excl. US first Asian solo song to run this long. Over 2.665 billion streams on Spotify. Longest running weekly top songs. Global entry for any Asian act. First solo artist to top both Billboard Global charts with 3 songs in a single year. He's setting records that people said were impossible. opening doors no one knew could be opened, becoming a global blueprint, a standard, a phenomenon. And yet, in the middle of all that, he's spending his nights slicing garlic, making shrimp head oil, giggling over pasta sauce, and cooking dinner like a warm, gentle, ordinary soul. That contrast, that simplicity wrapped inside extraordinary talent, is exactly why moments like this feel so special. The world sees a superstar, but the live shows the human, the sincerity, the curiosity, the joy. Cooking isn't a break from his success, it's another way he quietly expresses himself. And somehow, that's what makes it unforgettable.